If Trump wants to unite the party, I could make the case Pence is probably the best possible person he could pick.
That's big news for Indiana's governor. Mike Pence will spend part of this holiday weekend with the presumptive presidential nominee, Donald Trump.
There is new speculation tonight that Trump could pick Governor Pence as his potential running mate.
Eyewitness News political reporter Kevin Rader tells us why it isn't exactly a surprise for people in Washington. Kevin?
Yeah, you guys, Mike Pence is walking a fine line here. He says he's only interested in being governor of Indiana. But according to NBC, this courtship has been ongoing for 6 weeks now. And the two will finally get together to hash things out, which has everyone in Washington and Indiana buzzing. This handshake may have been the start of something very big. Governor Pence may have endorsed Ted Cruz in the Indiana primary, but the courtship between the governor and the billionaire started soon after that. In fact, NBC's Meet the Press host Chuck Todd says it actually started 6 weeks ago.
This is a case where it has nothing to do with Pence's ability or inability at the ballot box. This is a case where Trump's real vulnerability right now is with social conservatives, right? He's still trying to unite the party.
Governor Pence was asked if he would accept such an offer if one were made.
I wouldn't speak to a hypothetical.
The Hoosiers.
Now he has the opportunity to turn that into a reality.
Governor Pence has accepted an invitation from Mr. Trump to spend a little time together this weekend.
He's in a tough re-election battle. His re-elect is below 40%. His head-to-heads and his job approval are in the low 40th percentile. This might be a really good career option.
He's got basically the two most important things Trump's looking for in a running mate. One is Washington experience, and two is somebody that social conservatives will be in love with, not just satisfied, but actually in love.
Democrats say this is just Mike Pence's ambition at work.
About a year or so ago, we were wondering if Mike Pence was going to try to run for president himself. Then we had RFRA and the collapse of that and that debacle, and his presidential ambitions seemed to go out the window. And here we are a year later. Now he may be gunning to run for vice president, and he's once again putting his personal ambitions ahead of the priorities of the people of the state of Indiana.
Even when the governor endorsed Ted Cruz before the primary, he offered Trump an olive branch.
And I'm also particularly grateful that Donald Trump has taken a strong stand for Hoosier jobs.
Now he may have another reason to be grateful.
Yeah, I remember that. When he made that endorsement, it almost sounded like he was going to endorse Trump, and at the end he said Cruz.
And you know what Donald Trump said to me? Yeah, he said, I thought that was a better endorsement of me than it was Cruz. It turns out he was right.
So what kind of time frame are we looking at here?
You know, that's the interesting thing. But when you have a race for governor also at stake here, when they're not, Republicans got to find a nominee, I would think that normally, John, we'd wait till the convention. You'd want to have a surprise. I think they've got to decide this before the convention. I really do.
Has Trump extended invitations to other people like Pence?
See, now that's the
weekend?
interesting question. They're saying leaders. You know, even Dan Coates said today that he was going to be meeting with Donald Trump, and he's not on that list. So, you know, no doubt they're meeting with some people. You know how this works. It takes a day or two. They want to really get to know one another. But I wouldn't doubt if he's meeting with somebody else, But if you listen to Chuck Todd, he's at the top of the list.
Okay, let's take a few steps down that road. Let's say he runs. What happens then to the Indiana governor's race?
That's when the Central Committee for the state of Indiana, about 18 people, have to get together to decide. That's a small number of people making a big decision.
Yeah. All right. The entire interview with Chuck Todd is posted online at WTHR.com.